Good morning. I'm glad you're all here. This is day number 391. And my name is, if it's your first time tuning in, my name is Jordan Oveas. I'm the founder of dayNumber. I've been documenting my journey for the last 391 days here on YouTube. And then also on my own platform since day number 170. And usually what I talk about is like what happened each day, like building day number. Essentially, like they'll happen the day before, and then also the plan for today, and then usually a topic around that. And essentially, yesterday had a short day for work, and then ended up going to visit a client for my AI consulting and marketing services. Basically, my jeweler. Shout out to H&Z Diamond Center if you guys are ever in the Hamilton and surrounding areas, and you need some custom jewelry, lab-grown diamonds, go to him. But one of the things that I did that I didn't do before was I went B2B introducing myself, saying that, hey, look, I'm helping out one of your neighbors here in the plaza, H&Z Diamond Center. And yeah, if you guys ever need marketing or AI services, I could send you my info, and then you guys can. So basically introducing myself. And some people are like, no, I don't really need it. Most people were kind and nice, but there was really like, even if they said no, they just kind of like, nah, maybe, but most likely we won't need it. But nobody really rejected me, really. But the thing is that you have to be, the reason why even myself or most people don't do that is because they're afraid to get rejected. They're afraid to get told no, right? And so one of the key things that I realized with a lot of successful founders is that, especially in the biographies I've been reading, Michael Dell's biography or autobiography, Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, Elon Musk, now James Dyson, is that they were willing to go through the no's. They had many people reject their ideas. Many people that didn't want them to. Even Michael Dell, like his parents, didn't want him to, go into selling computers. They thought, they thought being an entrepreneur was like a bad thing, kind of thing, or whatever he was doing. His business was like just like a side hustle, right? They didn't think that it was something that was like a career, right? And so, his mom was even in tears, like when they told him when he said he was gonna drop out of college, right? So because he was making like a killing at that time, he was probably making an equivalent of like, by the time he got to college, I think he had like $50,000 saved up, you know. So sometimes it's not gonna be the people that you don't know that tell you no. It's gonna be the people that are closest to you that reject you, right? Even myself, man, I've been rejected so many times in terms of like going out there, being told no, and I'm used to it now. And now I've taught my daughter over the last 2 years that you're gonna have to go through the no's. You're gonna have to go through the rejections to find the yeses, right? And I do this analogy with a deck of cards, where it's like, imagine you had a deck of cards, they're all face down, you're shuffling them, and your goal is to find the aces. Well, one way you could find them is you just turn them face up, and then you look for the aces and you pull them out. But the thing is, in life, let's just say the aces are the people that you're looking to sell, or you're looking to have them invest in you, right? You have the only way to do it is just to flip through the cards one by one. So if you get a 2, okay, you're one step closer to that ace. It could be the next card. It could be the next card. But if you go through all 52 cards, eventually you're going to find the aces, right? So he says, 648 says, hi, hey, welcome, right? So that's how you have to look at rejection and no's, is that you're just going through the numbers. It's just a numbers game, So whatever it is that you guys are building or pursuing, and I have to remind myself this, because a lot of times I hesitate and stop and think like, oh man, it's going to be a waste of time. They're probably going to say no, especially like, let's say reaching out for raising money for an investment, right? Like my day job is raising money like for charities. So I could raise money for, and then all it is just you're talking about like a cause that you're pursuing or whatever it is that you're calling about. whether it's helping kids with cancer, or helping what do you call it, kids in emergency situations, or kids with unique challenges going to camp, you know, those kind of things, Special Olympics. Now maybe it's for your cause. Let's say you're building a business that could potentially impact a lot of lives, right? Maybe solve world hunger, maybe solve helping people that are paralyzed and have them walk again, right? So many different things, right? So, and you're raising money for that. You're not gonna, there's 8 billion people in this world. There's probably how many investors out there? If you actually find them, somebody do the math, one of them has to say yes, even to give you something, towards your project. Because as you're going to, one of the things is as you continue to share your idea, you're gonna get better at telling the story, and you're gonna have an even better story, because you're as you go along, and the more no's you get, you're gonna tell people, hey, look, I've talked to already 200 people sharing this idea. I'm only looking for one solid partner to join me on this. Are you the one? Right? That's it. Even if it's finding a partner, there's so many people, millions of people out there. Daniel Perry 5974 says hi. Hey, what's up? Good morning. Where's everyone tuning in from today? Shout out to so this is a reminder to myself. Is like yesterday when I went out, I to go see my client in that same plaza. There was probably about like 10 or 11 different businesses there, right? All different. And I walked into them, and not every there was, out of the probably 10 businesses that I walked into, probably 2 were mostly really interested, of like getting help with like marketing, right? So imagine that, 20%. That's still pretty good. So maybe over time, maybe over a course of a day, you might get like 80% no, and like 20% yes, or even maybe it might change to like 90%, right? But all you have to know is, remember, there's 4 aces. And I wish I had a deck of cards here, because I would do this with a deck of cards. And I'm actually a magician as well, so. But there's 4 aces in the deck. If you want to find those 4 aces, all you have to do is go flip through the deck one by one. And eventually you'll flip to the aces. Sometimes you might get all 4 right away, like, within the first few pulls. Sometimes it might be spread all the way evenly throughout, or sometimes it might be right at the end. You never know, right? But either way, you're gonna find them. And that's what I tell my daughter. When we're out there, I'm helping her to make some money. We go B2B, just like what I've learned. And I learned this about back in 2012, okay? When I was going B2B, selling stuff, random things like power banks, speakers, Beats by Dre, perfume, kids related stuff like art sets. And the whole goal there was to collect $400 a day at least in sales. And we would sell things anywhere from like $5 to $20 to $50, right? To $100. So we would say, okay, 20 people give us $20. That's $400. Okay, that's called ringing the bell. And so we had something called the law of averages. And the law of averages basically states that, when you do something enough times repeatedly, you're going to get a certain ratio or result in terms of how many times you actually do the thing or get the result that you want to get. So let's just say you're shooting a free throw. Maybe in the beginning, when you're a beginner, your law of averages in terms of getting it in is going to be like 2 out of 10, right? And then as you get better, maybe it increases to like 3 out of 10, then 4 out of 10, right? So same thing with sales. You're gonna have, and that's where I learned this kind of stuff from, and I show my daughter that, it's you have to be willing to go through the numbers in order to find the people that are gonna actually believe in you and support you, because that's what you're selling ultimately, whether it's an investment or a relationship or a connection. They're investing, you're selling yourself ultimately. So there has to be people that connect with your vision and mission. Even on these lives, I've gone live since day number 198, 8, I think, and now I'm day number 391. And yeah, not everybody's gonna stop the scroll and watch and subscribe, right? So yeah, it's you don't know which video is gonna actually go viral, right? You're not gonna know, but you just have to be consistent and know your mission and vision, know that you're gonna connect with your audience, the right people. And I think that's what really I've seen, in these biographies I've been reading over the last 90 days, is that yeah, they were willing to go through like all the no's, and even hiring people in your company. It's like you're not always gonna have the best people when you first do your first round of hiring. You have to go through the numbers. That's also a numbers game, but you're gonna find your A players eventually, your aces, right? So as a founder, if you're building a company, there's gonna be a series of things where eventually it's just going through going through the numbers, going through the deck cards, finding your aces, right? So, and guess what? Those people know other people who are like them as well, right? So it's just finding those first few key people that really believe in you, your idea, and are with you in your mission and vision. It's kind of like any successful movement that has continued on for hundreds and thousands of years. Look at all the religions out there. They had their first kind of like people that connected with them, and not everybody. A lot of them were actually rejected. A lot of them were killed for what they believed in eventually, right? Or ridiculed because they were going against the grain. They were called crazy. It's starting to rain, guys. Look at it. It's sunny, but it's cloudy and it's raining. Maxie boy. Holy. It's okay. It's nice. It's a nice kind of rain. It's not a bad rain. Just a chill guy. Dan said hi. Daniel Perry said hi. What's up? Where are you guys tuning in from today? Yeah, so where's everyone tuning in from today? It's raining out. BC, Canada. Nice. Just a chill guy said nice dog. I used to have a golden retriever. BC, Canada. Nice. British Columbia, man. Love to go back out there. I was only there for like a couple days to go visit a friend. But would love to. I know British Columbia is an entire province. Some parts of the world, it's like a country, the size of it. You guys probably get a lot of rain too, right? I know that's any type of mountain, West Coast, like even Seattle. I don't know about going below Seattle and how the rain is there, but yeah, I would love to come out there. So, come on, let's go. A lot of rain, yeah, brutal summer though. Oh, true. Whew. Yeah, the summer here is like, it's different. It's a little bit different. It gets so hot and then it gets cold. Like, I don't know, Ontario, the weather here is like all over the place. But no matter what, I think in any weather or any situation or any part of the world, there's gonna be people that love the weather. There's gonna be people that just deal with it and they don't complain. And there's people that no matter what weather it is they're gonna complain. And that goes back into what I was talking about, is even when you're going through the numbers, you're gonna have to go through the process anyway. The key thing is have fun with it. When you're going through the process of, getting told no multiple times, just have fun, because that eventually you're gonna find the people that you connect with, that believe in you and that want to support you in what you're doing, right? So yeah, you can't everybody has different things going on in their life, where if they don't support you or they react to you a certain way, or basically maybe they even get angry or tell you to F off, right? you don't know what they're going through, right? And they're like, at the end of the day, who cares? You just go on, have a good day. You know, every time I taught my daughter, and I teach everybody, when you end any conversation, when you're going out there sharing an idea, presenting your product, raising money for an investment, raising money for a charity, you know, looking for a partner or spouse, leave off on a good note, because whatever you say, whatever words come out of your mouth, gets repeated back into, like, your brain actually registers it, right? So when you say have a great day, the words great day are being continuously registered in your mind, you know? So you're programming yourself for a great day, and you're focused on having a great day, and also letting people know have a great day, right? So it's going all around. So you're gonna have a great day, right? No matter what, no matter how people react or respond to you, right? And that goes back and to, again, what I talk about every day is knowing your why. Why are you doing what you're doing? Why is it worth it? Why is it even worth it to go through all that time and effort into, you know, finding people who want to support you? And if you don't have that down, you have to know that, right? So anyways, guys, I gotta head out. You guys came right in time. Shout out to everybody here. Just a Chill Guy 241, Daniel Perry, he. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. I go live every day.